We are a guide through this process, and sometimes it's because we've made the mistakes that we know they're about to make, and so better that we've paid for them and they don't have to.
Or we've seen someone else make them.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's really tough though, because in this do-it-yourself sort of world, I mean, there's whole channels on HGTV and those kind of things that totally focus to the do-it-yourself world. And that customer, those customers, I mean, I'm one of them. It's like I watch those things and I'm like, yeah, I can do that, I can do that. Fortunately though, I have some construction background and I can do that. A lot of times these customers are watching this and they're getting themselves into like way over their head in terms of some of the projects that I've come into. And you know, it's like, how do we as designers communicate like why it isn't, when you hire an interior designer, you don't have to have a waterfront home. You know, it's like we help regular people in regular homes make really great decisions that enrich their lives. And it's like, how do we communicate that, you know, to the rest of the world?
I think everybody should be able to have good design. I mean, because it's so important how you feel in your home.
The fact is that space affects how we feel, and you can profoundly and positively affect a person's life by just changing sometimes very simple things, rearranging the room a little bit or hanging the pictures differently. There's an expression that I learned from Christopher Day, who wrote a book about this, and he said we ensoul a home. We give the home a feeling of a soul. It invites you to come to it and be there for it. Clients sometimes, thanks to the media and the internet and things like that, do something I call CPR. And they need CPR by the time they're done with it. That's my acronym for they collect ideas, they poll everyone that they talk to, including friends and family and everyone at every store that they go to, and they research like crazy. You know, that CPR effect exhausts them, and a good designer can come into that, simplify all of that mess of all those ideas and opinions and things that they've culled out and researched, and make that come together for them.
Kind of help edit their world.
Yes.
Because right now, I always look at design as you're telling a story. And when I'm working with a client, I try to like learn as much as I can about them and their wants and their desires and how they perceive themselves to the world and how can I help better tell that story. And you end up being an editor. You know, because they might have a lot of supporting characters inside their house that really shouldn't really be there. And, you know, it's sort of like the annoying Uncle Billy in the corner. It's like, let's just take that out of the picture, and all of a sudden their life is so much better.
Isn't going to do their thing in your house. Maybe some decorating diva, but none of the designers I know of or met here in Northwest Society of Interior Designers do that.
Yeah, because it's all about collaboration.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Collaboration helps.
Collaboration.
Knowing all of the people that are members of NWSID. If we have a question, we have a lot of people to bounce things off.
Resources.
And the sharing of those resources.
Yes.
It's really fluid within this organization, more so than any other organization I've been a member of. The way that we talk together, the way that we share information, our monthly meetings, when someone stands up and introduces themselves, I'm so-and-so with this company, you know, they express their knowledge and share it with the group, and all of us end up bouncing that idea back and forth across many different perspectives.
I think the other thing too is the CEU that we require within WSID. It's just
staying current with.
Yeah, well, it forces you. First of all, most of us are independent designers, so being a member of the organization allows you to have that interaction like you've all been talking about. The CEU is just one more step in, okay, well, I'm learning all this stuff from Tana or somebody else, but now I'm getting credit for it. So that client knows that you're yearly or constantly updating your professionalism, your interest, your knowledge, your expertise. And that's all from this organization. I mean, I don't really need to go anywhere else. Yeah, trade magazines are great, but I get a lot from this group. And Dave's right. We are very
more hands-on. When someone hires us, they get
Everybody.
all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you really are getting a value hiring a designer.